LeBron James might be the problem, not the solution, because if he plays like LeBron, this team isn't winning a championship. It's that simple. And the crazy part, the proof is already happening right now. The Lakers are a top 3 to 4 seed in the West. They won 9 straight games. They look like true contenders, but they're not winning the way you think. They're winning because something has quietly changed. Luka Doncic is running everything: 30 points, 9 assists, 8 rebounds. Every possession his, every read his. But LeBron, he's not controlling the game, he's reacting to it. And that right there is the only reason why this is working. Because Luka doesn't coexist with stars, he absorbs them. Everything becomes his system, his pace, his decisions. So when another ball-dominant player tries to overlap it, the offense breaks. We've seen it before, and if LeBron doesn't adjust, we're going to see it again. This only works if LeBron stops being LeBron. This only works if LeBron stops being LeBron. In Dallas, Luka hit the same wall every year. Regular season unstoppable, playoffs predictable. Why? Because defensives trap him, force the ball out, and dare someone to beat them. And no one could. The system would stall, positions would die, and Luka would have to force everything late in the clock. That's why it failed. The difference now? When Luka gets trapped, you're not passing to a role player. You're passing to LeBron James, arguably one of the best players, if not the best player to ever play in the NBA. And that's a completely different question because despite his age, he's still one of the most clutch players in the league.
Clutch player, basically your whole career. How do you feel you've evolved in the last few years in clutch situations? Because it seems like, especially the last few years, when the going gets tough, I mean, you're always hitting.
What's your name?
Paulo from ESPN Brazil.
Appreciate you. Saying I've been clutch my whole career. It's not many like you, I tell you.
But here's the part nobody wants to admit. LeBron can't do both. He can't control the game and be the safety net. He has to choose, because the moment he starts dominating possessions again, you take the ball out of Luka's hands and the system breaks. He doesn't work if he's not controlling the system. So the real question isn't talent, it's sacrifice.
Way into your decision as you go forward with this season?
As far as how long I go in my career?
How long you in your career, right?
Zero. The motivation to be able to play alongside him every night, that's super motivating. That's what I'm going to train my body for, every night that I go out there and try to be the best player I can for him. And we're going to bounce that off one another. But as far as me weighing in on, him and some of my other teammates of how far I go in my career now, it would be literally my decision.
Defensively, yeah, there are issues. Luka will get hunted. That's not changing. But LeBron can cover space, rotate, and read players at a high level. And when you add the right pieces, it just starts to make sense. Austin Reeves gives you a secondary creation, and Vanderbilt gives you defense and versatility. He locks down players. That just might be enough to hold it together. So again, this doesn't work if LeBron is the system. It only works if Luka is the system and LeBron becomes the counterpunch. And if you really watch what they're doing right now, this isn't random.
Excited about the process when we get good shots.
There's a very specific structure that's making this work. Coach Redick knows everything starts with Luka at the top. They are fully committed to this. High pick and roll, slow pace, control reads. They're spacing the floor with shooters, keeping the corners occupied and forcing defenses into one decision: help or stay home. And Luka lives in that space. He's not rushing, he's not manipulating, dragging defenders, waiting for the mistake, then picking it apart. That's the system, the poker player. But here's where it gets interesting. LeBron isn't disrupting that system. He's fitting into it now. He's operating as a secondary trigger, catching the ball after the defensive shift, attacking when the rotation is already broken, making that second read, not the first. And that's completely different role. He's the finisher now, the closer, because when LeBron initiates everything, the structure changes. Now it's faster decisions, more downhill attacks, more early clock actions, which sounds good until you realize that ain't Luka. That ain't his game. If LeBron takes over the offense, Luka becomes off ball, standing, waiting. And that's where everything falls apart, because you're taking one of the most ball-dominant, rhythm-based players in the league and turning him into a spot-up option. That's not maximizing Luka, that's minimizing him, and that's not why you traded for him. But when Luka runs the system and LeBron attacks the gaps within it, you get the best versions of both. Luka controls the defense, LeBron punishes it. That's why this works. And that's also why this is fragile, because the moment LeBron starts controlling possessions again or gets into panic mode when they get down, you're not just changing the roles, you're changing the entire structure of the offense. And you're not going to win that way in a 7-game series with Luka hanging out, spotting up. He's not a spot shooter. He is a playmaker on his own terms. Off team in the league, and if he doesn't, this will fail slowly and miserably and fall apart immediately, which means the entire season comes down to one thing: can LeBron stop being LeBron?